It's the NFL on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Giants and the Pack, next on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, you look at our quarterback matchup in this ball game, that's where the focus naturally gravitates, and I think we have a fairly interesting one here. Daniel Jones of the Giants, Aaron Rodgers of the Packers.
And I think that each quarterback wants to play this game with a faster tempo. They want to get the plays in quickly, get in and out of the huddle quickly, take just a few seconds of the line of scrimmage and survey the defense, and then attack. And I think that we'll see both offenses try to do that in this one.
Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway here in London. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants. But his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football and doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays.
Throwing Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Though they've come out with a purpose. A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Rodgers on the return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. So long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Tay Crowder able to make the play.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, How about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Here's Jackson to return. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On first down, Jones. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Jones now throwing on first down. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dean Lowry coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Five-yard run the other way. Team. Here's Rodgers. Off this underneath for Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 3rd. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Keep playing hard, fellas.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Jones on first down. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Looking to throw. Jones. Out to the right here to Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back to throw again. That's caught by Galladay. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed. And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well. Showed it right there. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead. And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Rodgers on the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for the Giants. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback.
Here we go. Here we go.
And the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try to find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. 7 yards to pick up there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Second down and 3. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers going for it all. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Watson. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He finds his man, complete. It's Watson. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11th. Now Rodgers. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
In his face!
A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now Rodgers. He's got it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Jones. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. And following the turnover, they'll look to take the lead here as they start with a 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Richie James on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. Able to slither by. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. And we've got a dandy here, a one-point game as we begin the fourth. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 38, Jones, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. That's to Galladay. What a catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a 1st down as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Throwing Jones. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down. That usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Barkley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. Gano's kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it. They're happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Rodgers on the return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Rodgers now to throw. Now he'll escape to his right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Rodgers to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The give is to Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Again, it's Jones. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here comes play number 9. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
First down now, but that clock rolling. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. To throw is Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people watching this one right here give up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
What it looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although it'll be a time left, so you can't count your chickens before they hatch.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is up to 5. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. The touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Now James returning. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So now Jones and the Giants down 14-9, 20 seconds to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Jones. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.